Hey guys, so I figured it was time that I do a follow-up video to the Polymaker PolyTerra video that I did a long time ago, because I've seen comments ranging from I like this stuff to I can't get this stuff to print. So I figured this was a good project to use it on. So let me talk about my experiences with it and a little bit about the project as well. So the project, very quick, is a friend of mine over on the ON30 Facebook group page asked if I could print him a pair of these really cool brick kilns that were modeled by Hermes 3D and are available over on the Cults 3D page. Link to that down in the description. Now, when it came to printing these, originally I was going to use just some generic old PLA that I had kicking around, hit it with a couple of coats of Rust-Oleum foiler primer, throw them in a box and say, here's your prints, have a nice day. But after doing some digging around, I found my roll of PolyTerra and went, wait a minute, why don't I just use that? It will honestly look a lot better. This is, I believe, the Army Brown color. It's got a very nice reddish brick color. Give it a little bit of weathering, maybe a little bit of paint in spots. It'll look good, and I've wanted to do a follow-up video to that. So that's why I opted to do these prints in the PolyTerra. Now, as for the material itself, the only issue that I ran into was when I was trying to print the smokestack here, which is two separate pieces. I had a pair of the smokestack pieces printing, and because of a combination of my first layer build height being a little bit off from what it normally was, and the bed probably being a little bit grungier than it should have been, I did have one of these break loose. That being said, I cleaned the bed off, reset the first layer height, hit it with a little bit of purple glue stick, and the new problem was it was a little bit of a challenge to get them off the bed, but it wasn't a bad thing. Now, one of the advantages I will say of PolyTerra being a softer PLA is when it came time to fit the two pieces together, it was a bit of a tight fit. I do not know what tolerances it was designed for. This is not a knock on the designer. You know, stuff happens. That being said, a little bit of work with a sanding stick later, and I was able to get the parts to snugly fit together, which is all that I could ask for. So overall, I have to say, for a decorative application such as this, I think PolyTerra definitely is the way to go. Now, one thing I will say when it came to printing this model is I opted to split the body of this into two pieces. So I'd have the roof and the body separate, and I also increased the wall thickness on the body, partly so I would have room for locating nubs to locate the roof and the body, and because I felt that the original was a little bit thin and was going to cause an insane amount of retractions on the model, which I just do not like doing. Also, no supports, didn't know how much I had on the spool, all that stuff saved me a bunch of headache. So, hope you guys found this quick video interesting. If you're interested at all in purchasing this model for your train layout, I will have a link to that down in the description. I'll also have an Amazon affiliates link to the PolyTerra that I used in this video. Obviously, I would not recommend using this for a durable part, say the GoPro rig that I'm filming this with, but for parts like this, for your train layout, wargaming, things like that, it might be worth looking into. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you here next time on Make It With Calvin, and I'll conclude the video with some time lapses. So, see you guys later.